Hey everyone, happy Wind Down Wednesday. You made it, you're halfway through the week. Congratulations. So this is the weekly Sister Sci-Fi Wind Down Wednesday. If you're watching, let me know how your week is going so far. My week is well. I feel rested. I have a practice of going indoor rock climbing Wednesday morning, and I went. So that was good. There's still one climb that continues to kick my butt, but I will be going back tomorrow. So hopefully tomorrow will be me and this 510A, and I think I'm gonna make it. So yeah, just let me know what y'all are doing this week. As y'all know, if y'all are on Instagram and following Sister Sci-Fi, I am super excited about the Memory Librarian book tour. So if you went anywhere in the country and you have pictures, please send them to me. I'm dying to see what people wear, what people saw. I want to see all the things. And it'll be in San Francisco on Sunday. So the books arrived. We're preparing for that. So I'm super excited about that. Next week, Saturday, is Independent Bookstore Day. So I'll be having a bookish tea party in the book boutique / fulfillment office. So if you're in Oakland, swing through. There'll be details about that in the email blast going out tonight, or you can go to the website and look under the events tab. So yeah, so let me know what have y'all been doing this week, what y'all are excited about this week. Drop it in the comments and I will bring it to the live. We are today's guest, and I'll remember to introduce myself because sometimes I do and sometimes I don't. We're expanding, so we're branching outside of the world of books and writers. So this is a Black filmmaker in the realm of science fiction. His name is Jurian Isabelle. He has a film that is available for streaming on Amazon Prime Video. So he will be telling us more about that when he joins in 3 minutes. So yeah, so let me know while we wait for him to join. Let us know how your week was. What did you do this week? What is one, since it's Wind Down Wednesdays and I like alliterations, tell us one win from this week that you're excited about. Just drop it in the chat. Hey Indigo, hey Libra Diva. That is such a great name. Libra Diva. I'm surprised there aren't more Libra Divas. Hey Captain. Hey Captain. Hey Miss Kayla. So yeah, everybody just let me know how your week has been in the chat while we wait for Jurian. I think I'm pronouncing his name right. And also, okay, so in the 2 minutes remaining, hey, yeah, it's true. I think that's a great handle. I'll introduce myself quickly. I am Isis Asare. Some people like to call me Sister Sci-Fi. I'm not. I founded Sister Sci-Fi. My name is Isis Asare. So I'm Isis Asare. I'm the CEO and founder of Sister Sci-Fi. Sister Sci-Fi is the first Black-owned bookstore focused on science fiction and fantasy in the United States. So we're glad you're here. And one of our main tenets is to build community around these books that we're so passionate about. So we really enjoy, right now, I really enjoy Wind Down Wednesdays. So, yeah. Cool. Let me make sure that the guest is good. Hey Onyx, I think that's also Diva. How are you? And yeah, for those of you just joining, just drop in the chat. How's your Wednesday been thus far? Wednesday / week, and what is one win this week? I haven't seen anything in the comments. I'm more used to Zoom events where everything is like a little bit more interactive, and I can also see people's faces. Okay, thank you, Libra Diva. I love the merch. Don't be embarrassed about how often you wear your sweatshirt. I wear my sweatshirt all the time. There are definitely some weeks where I wear it 3 or 4 days in a week. I'm just really happy that you love it. If you're wondering, this make believe, I got it actually in an organization based out here. I'm in Oakland, California. It's called 510. Their storefront is called the Department of Make Believe. So they had me at that. So I was like, I gotta get something from the shop. But yeah, I wear my Sister Sci-Fi merch a lot, particularly that sweatshirt. That sweatshirt is perfect. I live in the Bay Area, so it's always like summer cold. And I don't really cope well in the cold, so I'm always layering. So yeah, hey Nadine, how are you? Nadine is probably like one of the original cohort of Sister Sci-Fi watch parties, and they've become a community in and of themselves. And I love it. I love it. I love it. I love the connections. I love the community building. So yeah. Yay! I'm glad to hear your week is going great. Again, I need to set up time to learn more about like catering, what's going on, and like I know it's a wedding season in summer, and people are excited to like knocking on wood be over the hump of the Rona and shelter in place. So I'm sure you're super busy. Hey, reading past bedtime. Happy you're here. Glad you joined. While we wait for our guest filmmaker Jurian Isabelle, just let us know, or let me know how your week has been so far. What's one Wednesday win? And as I told people earlier, one win for me is that I got 2.5 good climbs in. Sorry, multitasking. Apologies. The interesting thing about Instagram Live is that it's a little bit difficult to test because if you test, here we go. Okay, so the guest is joining as we speak. Hey, sorry about that. Okay, perfect. I was just gonna kind of keep tilting. Sorry about that. How are you? Uh-oh. Do we have sound issues? Can you hear me? Just put a thumbs up if you can hear me. Okay. Can you say something? Okay, I can't hear you. And it doesn't look like you're on mute. My volume is up. Hmm. Maybe try leaving and rejoining. This hasn't happened to me in the past. But yeah, try leaving and coming back. And I'll be right here. Okay. Technical difficulties, but we will navigate them. Hey, Tam Rams. Hey, Kelvin. Think it's Linus. I hope it's Linus. Um, I apologize if it's not. Um, yeah. So yeah, our guest today is a filmmaker. He made an independent film, which is currently available on Amazon Prime Video for streaming. And he will tell us all about it in a second when he joins. And that'll be coming. That'll happen anytime now. So thank you. Hey. So thank you for hanging in there and being patient as we navigate these technical difficulties, because we will overcome. That's not him. So yeah. Um, I'll do a little like, since we have a bit of time to go. Let me know in the chat what you're reading right now. Not a huge surprise. I'm reading The Memory Librarian. I'm halfway through the second story. Never mind. Which is set in the Pink Hotel. And I love it. I was like, oh, this is what utopia looks like. The fashion, the way she describes it is amazing, and the connections are fabulous, and you're just hoping that New Dawn doesn't get them. So I'm enjoying the story tremendously. So if you are considering reading or listening to The Memory Librarian and thinking that it's your site because we all love Janelle Monáe, I'm here to tell you from what I've read thus far, I super enjoy it. Hi, Carrie Michael. Hey, Michelle Wash. Yeah. No. So yeah, we just waiting for the guest to arrive. This is a little bit awkward. I think I have nightmares, and this is how they start. Oh, okay. Sorry. Yay, Tim Rams here. Glad for the button. Hey, okay. Because sometimes I get random like join requests, and so I always ignore them. I didn't realize it was you. So
my nephew's the MVP. Can you hear me now?
yes, we can hear you.
Oh my God. Okay. Sorry. I don't know what's going on with my phone.
It happens. So yes, you're here now. That's what it's all about. So yeah, so welcome to Sister Sci-Fi Wind Down Wednesdays. We're happy to have you. So yeah, let's pause with self-introduce yourself. Like tell us about you, why filmmaking, why science fiction, and your current project.
Well, my name is Jurian Isabelle. I'm from Huntsville, Alabama. Not exactly filmmaking capital of the world, but first of all, thank you so much for having me on here. And this is so cool. Like, I think your page and everything you're doing is just like so dope. So, and I wore this for you, my shirt, because I hope that you would like it. You like it's kind of give you like.
I was like, it's a but yeah, it's very sci-fi with the
Blade Runner.
Okay, thank you for the okay. I'm here for it. Yes, I'm here for anything sci-fi. I love it. It's dope. So thank you. I appreciate it. I appreciate anything anybody does for me because I'm a Scorpio. So yes.
My birthday is November 20th. When is yours?
My birthday is November 14th. That is less than a week apart. I'm here for it.
Crazy.
So amazing, so crazy. That is the world. I am here for it. So you're in Huntsville, Alabama.
Mm-hmm.
Tell us more.
So, okay, I'm trying to figure out, like, I don't want to bore y'all to death, so I'm trying to get the truncated version of this story. So, I grew up in Huntsville, Alabama. I didn't know anybody in the industry. My folks didn't have, like, thousands and thousands of dollars, like, to say, hey, go goof off in film school or, you know, do something crazy in New York or LA. So, I always kind of grew up knowing that I had to figure out a way to do. I've been doing film since I was, like, 5. But as far as professionally, the technical stuff and learning the software, like I didn't know. Like I had to try to figure it out.
So wait, pause. Wait, because I was like, I know I'm old, but she was like, I've been doing film since I was 5, and I was like, wait, what does that mean, right? Like, and then I just want to call out reviews may vary. Says they're also here for the themed outfits, so another thumbs up.
Oh, okay, good. Okay,
yeah.
Great. I wore this for y'all, so I hope that y'all like it.
They're like thumbs up. We're all fans, so yeah. Okay, so filmmaking since you were 5. So what does that mean? Is this like drawing? Is this storyboards? Is this like iPhone movie?
Like taking a old DVC digital camera, my pop's stealing my pop's digital camera and making like disaster movies. So like Independence Day, like all like the little disaster 90s movies, like I was making them at home. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
Science fiction and action movies, like Yeah. So yeah.
Okay. So, had a lifelong passion, didn't go the traditional route. You went another route. What was this other route?
The other route was trying to figure out what the big boys were doing and doing it on my own, because I never was one to go for advice much or to ask somebody permission to do something. So I just knew that if I got out there and I learned how to do it, that I could come back and figure it out myself, you know. Working outside the industry is kind of tough though, because it's already kind of like a system that people kind of assimilate in and kind of like just turn it and, you know, outcomes a movie, outcomes, whatever. But doing it independently, you have to self-finance, you got to find the funds, and then you have to find the talent, and then you have to make the darn thing.
Right.
So
Then you actually got to make the film.
And you have to let everybody know it's out. So it's like you wear all the hats opposed to just coming into like a system and being like, hey, just toss me wherever you want me into this grinder. And like, you know, so it's been difficult and challenging, but I've been very blessed to be able to work with some amazing people and to do films like God of Dreams that's out on Amazon Prime, which you guys have to check out because it's like super dope.
Agreed. And so, give us the synopsis of God of Dreams. I wanted to talk to you first before watching it. There's no logic to that, but my logic is, that's my logic. So tell us about it. I read this. Give us the synopsis, and I'll probably go to Amazon and read some of the reviews because some of the reviews are very positive. So go ahead.
Well, basically it's about a group of like social misfits, or I guess you could say they're friends, who band together to rebel against this government sanction that's made dreaming illegal. So the backstory behind the film is that society has gotten to the brink where that a crisis has happened, and the government has tried to strengthen their stronghold on society by eliminating anomalies. And anomalies come in different ways, whether it's, you know, ideologies, dreams, and they decided to suppress these ideologies and these urges to save the system. To try to keep everything steady and keep everything going the way it's been going or whatnot. But there are a group of individuals who's like, this is crap, this is bull, like we're gonna figure out a way to beat the system. But they've been driven underground. So it's kind of like this underground movement. So they kind of have band together but they're outgunned, they're outnumbered, like, and the government has passed some really crazy fatal laws now. I don't want to give too much away, but they basically are
I love it. It's super fascinating. It's like that. I mean, it was different in the Tay Diggs movie because in that movie, like emotions were illegal. Do you know the movie I'm talking about?
Remember, it's like that was like what's the movie? Was it Equilibrium, or it was like something?
Yes, it does sound like Equilibrium. And hey,
I'm used to Sci-Fi. I'm Mr. Sci-Fi. So all right.
Yeah, I think it's Equilibrium. Hey, Bree, thank you for the earrings. So I wore these earrings because they're movie themed. They're from like Sorry to Bother You, but going back to Equilibrium, yeah, and it was interesting. We're gonna go back to God of Dreams, but in Equilibrium, you have Tay Diggs, who's like supposed to be in this emotionless society, who's giving you all the emotion, and you're like, Tay. Anyway,
hold it down.
But, okay, so back to God of Dreams. Why? So as a filmmaker, why did you decide to make dreams illegal, and how does the government enforce this?
So I guess as a creator, like I'm a really spiritual person, and like I have prophetic dreams. So doing this movie, I wanted to write something that was personal. I kind of went inward when I was doing the script, like, okay, kind of self-analyzing myself was really crazy. But I kind of self-analyzing myself, like, what do I like? What are some of the movies I like to watch? What are some of the people I look up to? I'm a big fan of Ray Bradbury. Love like a lot of old school sci-fi stuff, cult movies, art movies from overseas that kind of like push boundaries and make you ask questions and make you kind of self-reflect. It's like I want to make something like that, but that's not what people in the industry like to hear. They like to say, "Oh no, just make something cookie cutter that you can just put out and we can make a profit real quick." And with this film, is like the complete opposite of that. So I was really going against just a lot, especially coming out trying to be an independent filmmaker, like trying to, you know. We just did this movie called urban film called Candy. It's out on Tubi. You guys can check that out. And I really wanted to make something that was super, super personal. So I ended up writing this film I said, I like, I have prophetic dreams. So spiritually, what if the government like suppressed that urge to dream, to want more, to try to right the wrongs of society, or like that belief, a faith in something, whatever that something is, or whether it's an idea or something you always wanted to do. What if that became illegal? What if they made it so you can't do what you always wanted to do, or that kind of good feeling that you have, like you wake up and it's just that urge, whatever that is, like for you to start this amazing show,
Right.
or like whatever that is to prepare you for it. What if they tried to suppress that? And so that was the initial thought behind it. And of course, like a lot of stuff that was going on socio-politically, as African Americans, and me being an African American male in society, well aware of those and been subject to a lot of those things like that. So all of that kind of played a part in the writing of it. And it was just really like, I'm really proud of like how it came out. Like just the talent that we had, the cast that came on board, they were from like different places, LA, Atlanta, just everywhere. Everybody came to little old Huntsville, Alabama. And we were shooting at all these intimate places, like, just my church, my grandmother's house who's passed. Like, it's just a super, super personal project. So I'm glad the people who do get something out of it, I'm glad that they enjoyed it and got something out of it.
Yay. So I want to put in the comments. So Tam Tam Rams made another connection to books about dreams. So they're finishing up The Marrow of These and Hunting by the Stars. So that's Native American, Indigenous futurism. But in those stories, it's not so much dreams are illegal, but like the colonizers are stealing the dreams of the main characters. So that was intense. Bree, we're on the same vibe on the earrings. Belle Breeze asks, where can I watch the movie? The movie is streaming on Amazon Prime Video, so you can rent or buy it now. So, and just so you know, because before Sister Sci-Fi, I did a business called Sister Cinema. I love alliterations. And if the focus was on independent film, and I realized I'll watch any, I'm here for anything Black. And my friends were like, nah, all independent films are great. But this one is good. So it has 4.4 rating on Amazon. TH says, I really like the movie. I watched it with my daughters and it had a really good message that led to great concepts and conversation. Great job and love the leading lady. Kudos to the cast. Serum says, awesome movie with an insightful plot that parallels the times that we're living through now. Are your dreams really too high a price to pay for peace and security? What a big question, right?
I stay away from the reviews because they give me anxiety. So like the words I've never heard of, so that's my first time when you read it. I was like, I'm getting like,
you're right. But if you're about to read, I'm gonna glow you up. So the only reviews that matter are the good reviews. I look at the reviews, so I'm like, bad reviews, they just didn't get it. So
you're talking about something conceptually like this. It is tough because we're trying to get you right. My nephew Chaz is like the MVP. Say
I see the ring light. How are you like? I'm a jump in here.
Do you hear me? Like, if it weren't for him being here today, it wouldn't be no interview. So shout out to Chaz. And we can show him your shoes. He got dreamer shoes on.
Oh, I love it. You like to get ready. All themed out. I'm your friend.
We get it together for you.
And can you give us, perfect.
Okay, we're a little cricket, but we're going to have to just go with it.
Right. The main thing is that we see your full face.
And the shirt, because the shirt is getting running.
And the shirt. Everything else, like little cricket is fine, but the shirt is what makes it
going on. Okay, and we got charged because of the battery was going down. Like the devil are working heavy. The battery was going down, so we had to Chad ready to get the charger behind the scenes stuff. But we good now.
You good today? Not today, Satan. So okay. So good movie, good reviews on Amazon, good feedback and comments. What film festivals has it played in?
Somebody said the shirt is given. Thank you.
Yeah.
Yes, that's right. And Bria's like the fashionista, like her IG is always popping. So if she gives a thumbs up,
Ooh,
you
so
know
that
you're on
means I mean I really did something.
fire.
Okay.
You're on fire. You did something.
Um. So it's played in this Toronto this film festival in Toronto, Alternative Film Festival. I think it was Alternative Toronto or something like that. We actually won, so that was cool. Yay! And actually, one of my actors, Omar, his short film was ironically in the same festival. He won too, so that
Nice.
was super dope.
Well, just to be
Um,
correct, I beat him. Okay.
and then we got selected for 2 other festivals. We can't say yet because if we tell them before they announce it, then we get disqualified.
Okay. So we'll follow.
So we're gonna
Is
be
there a
quiet.
private Instagram, or should people follow your Instagram
Um,
to get an update?
yeah, you guys can follow me on Instagram, at Jurian Isabelle or at Isabelle Studios.
Okay.
Did I say answer the question right?
Yes, you did.
Okay.
So yeah, so that's how people can get updates, and I'll also be on the lookout. And when it happens, I'll share it to our stories. So that's awesome. So, and just for those who are watching, so this is a feature-length film, right? So it's not a short. So as a filmmaker, how did you make the decision whether to do a feature-length film or a short? And did you do a short first, or did you go straight to the feature?
Yeah, I'm not big on the shorts because anytime I've done a short in the past, I'm like, I could have just shot a feature. So like, I mean, a lot now. I guess depending on what the aim of the person doing the short, it could be to get more funding. It could be to draw attention to what they're doing. With this film, actually, we were supposed to get backing from this studio, and well, it was like a company, I guess, streaming company or whatever. Um, but they pulled out last minute, and we're not going to get into who it was because that would be very nice. But needless to say, I was kind of like really perturbed about that. And so what happened was my good friend Joe Langford, who works in LA for the Grammys and all these amazing people or whatnot, he was actually down here during that time. And he was on the phone and he heard all the stuff go down. And I was like, well, now I got to shoot it because I got my script. And he was like, well, I'm going to help you. And that was the beginning of it. Like, and everything happened so fast. Within a month, we were having auditions. And some of the actors, like, they'll tell you, like, January, we had our casted. March, we were shooting. We had the whole film shot in 12 days. So I feel
Oh
like
my God.
it was, when I say it was crazy, like, it was, everybody knew this stuff. You know what I'm saying? Like, everybody knew, you know what I'm saying, what to do as far as like their lives, which meant a lot to me that they were professional and they actually knew what to do because there's no way we could have done that film if they weren't.
Right. 12 days is like,
We did
you're right. I feel like if you can, because I think it can take like 12 days to shoot a short. Not that I've ever made a film, but that's what I've heard. So,
right, exactly. We did what people exactly. So that lets you hit the nail on the head. That lets you know that we did, you know what I'm saying? What we did is not normal. And
right.
one of the actors from Nashville, he had came down and he was like really super impressed. He was like, I can't believe this is happening. I was like, me either. But it was just
Like, you and me both.
things.
Yay. So, shot in 12 days. What about the editing and the special effects? How did you do that?
That took like another 6 months. Like that was like really the part where it took a long time to bring everything together, like all the elements together. Again, it wasn't like a big team. It was just like me. So that took just day in and day out, like literally getting up, working on it, falling asleep at the computer, waking up, going to get some Starbucks, fall asleep at the computer, wake up. Oh, I forgot to eat last 2 days. Like that's how it was like for like almost like probably about 5 months. So it was crazy. It was insane. And so a couple times I was just, you know, like, have you ever been in that state of mind before when you like way past like consciousness and sanity and you think to yourself, like, what is going on? Like, why am I doing
I mean, like, part of me wants to say yes. Like, yeah, but I'm like, I don't know. But I have questioned, like, I have been so passionate about something, like, I keep doing it. I'm like, why am I doing this? And then I just say, like, you know, I'm a trust the universe. The universe put this desire in me. And if I don't want to do it, then the universe will take the desire away. And I remember like I was sitting in a session with my my life coach, and she was like, yeah, sometimes I just ask the universe to give me a sign. I was like, and she'll say, like, universe, if I'm not supposed to do this, just take the desire to do it away. And if I'm supposed to do it, keep it burning. And so apparently the universe was like, you need to make this film and keep editing it, and kept that desire in you for 6 months, which is so amazing.
Yeah, it is super amazing. I'm super grateful, super thankful. I stayed prayed up the whole time. I definitely felt like God was around us, and like one of our actresses, she's like, I just feel protected. And she was like, I don't want you to think. I was like, no, I know exactly what you're talking about. So it definitely was one of those things. Like it's just everything, it just happened, and it was a lot of hard work. It just didn't just happen. It was a lot of hard work. It was faith and works, both. But we ended up doing the impossible, and it's available on Amazon Prime. So you got to check it out. Yeah,
So just to recap for those of you who may have just joined, we're talking with, I'm really bad with pronunciation.
Jurian, like just remember Jurian.
Oh, thank you. Jurian Isabelle.
Exactly. You got it.
Jurian Isabelle, filmmaker, God of Dreams, which is available for streaming on Amazon Prime Video. It's an independent film, has 4.4 star ratings, several good reviews, but you can read it yourself and watch the trailer. You don't have to take my word for it. I'm biased because I'm here for everything Black. Now, going back to the editing process. One, I've watched people edit stuff and I was like, thank you, baby Jesus, for not putting that desire in me, because I would go insane. I was like, I have a hard enough time doing a social media post. So what like, did you go to like iMovie? Were you in like YouTube University? Like, how did you find step one? Like,
actually, it was a combination. I've been like, as far as editing, I use Final Cut Pro.
Okay.
But I've been the special effects and stuff, After Effects, a little YouTube University for some of the stuff. I ain't gonna sit up and lie, I ain't gonna cap. But yeah, it was like a combination of all of it, really. I mean, I feel like anybody doing something independently, if you don't have a machine, if you don't have like major money behind you, or like a team of folks, it's like you're responsible for this, you're responsible for this, you're responsible for this, and like you working together for this. You kind of have to you have to just figure it out. You know what I'm saying? That's with anything independent. You just got to, you need a flyer poster for your event, you got to get you an app, you got to figure it out. Unless you want to pay somebody $50. So it's like, right. You just had to, like, it was very, okay, I need this effect. Like, the good thing about that is the time we're living in. Like, I feel like we're in one of the most amazing, groundbreaking, like, free, encouraging. Like, I would not have been able to make a movie like this 5 to 10 years ago. It just wouldn't have been an option, and it wouldn't have been a platform for it. So it's like, that's kind of like the double-edged sword, I guess, to technology. You know what I mean? It's like it's capable of all these beautiful things, but it's also capable of all this craziness at the same time, But I guess that's kind of like the nature of the beast.
Yeah. No, I very insightful. So I want to bring Bree's question to the conversation. What are 3 movies that you'd compare God of Dreams to?
Well, I really wouldn't compare it to nobody.
But I was about to say, it's like nothing you've ever seen before. Yes, and what would you compare it to?
Yes, creative friendly times. That's right, Aubrey. I would say 3 movies that I'm super inspired by, that still continue to inspire me. One of them is Contact, Jodie Foster, Matthew McConaughey. Have you ever heard that? Have you seen that movie?
I haven't watched it. But me and movies, like, I have a very interesting relationship with movies. So yeah, so I'm sure it's great. I tend to watch TV shows and people are like, you haven't watched this movie? I'm like, don't come for my card. I just have an interesting relationship.
We're the same. Like, I'm the exact same way. Like,
okay.
I'm telling you, like, and we Scorpio, like, we like really like the same person.
We're the same person.
But you gotta, if you like, take my word for it. You would love, because it deals with faith and science. So it's cool, like how they kind of, it's based on a book by Carl, I guess his name is Sagan, last name Sagan, but he was like huge, like scientist, like astrologer, philosopher, science fiction, like guru. and he wrote this book, and they turned it into a movie after he passed. So you gotta watch it. So that I don't know, like I got like a wide range palette. Like I'm doing sci-fi now, but I love all types of movies. One of my favorite movies is more like on the comic book fantasy is like Batman Returns with Michelle Pfeiffer.
Yeah. Yes.
Like that movie, and not just because like I think the character studies on a duality. I kind of responded to that movie a lot, and I still kind of go back and watch it. Just like the performances, I think are dope. But that contact. But you said, I'm getting back to your question, what God of Dreams, like what 3 films?
You can also do television shows, books, comics, whatever.
Oh, okay. Oh, okay. So I would say comic-wise, I was always super inspired by, and this really ain't got to do with dreams or anything, but X-Men Ghost Box. That series was super dope. It came out like maybe 10 to 15 years ago, but the artwork in there is just like crazy.
Okay, I'm gonna have to check it out.
X-Men Ghost Box. You have to probably look up on Amazon because it's way like out of print now. It's probably like 10, 12 years out of print or something like that. But Ghost Box is like super dope, had super dope artwork. Another sci-fi show that really inspired me was Tomorrow People. Have you ever seen that?
You know, like it kept coming up as a recommendation.
Not the new. I'm old school, so you got to go back and watch the one these come on Nickelodeon. That's
Oh, dang. Okay, you went way back. Okay. No, I haven't watched it. But yeah,
I ain't watched it. Like when people try to redo stuff, I'm like, I got to go to the OG. I give it a shot, but in the back of my mind, I'm like,
no.
I also like. I'm really super inspired by like video games. Cyberpunk. Really inspired me. Blade Runner really inspired me a lot. Like Blade Runner is like one of the movies that inspired me a lot. Anime, I love anime. Paprika. I think Takashi Khan.
Okay, so now I'll be like, love it, and he didn't take work. I was like, I don't even get the references. So like, I was like, maybe I'm not a big of a sci-fi nerd as I pretend to be.
What are some of your favorites? And then you might
but Bree says you selling it. So Bree and I are gonna go watch the movie together next time we hang out. So if nothing else, those are 2 more people that will watch the film.
What is favorite sci-fi? I need to know so we can talk about them.
Yeah. I just finished watching season 3 of Snowpiercer.
So I haven't watched that yet. How do you like it? Like, what's your
okay? Somebody was like, "Huh?
What's your top 5 of all time?"
Oh, top 5 of all time. So in terms of movies, it's Avatar 1. Because Avatar 2 hasn't come out. Obviously, Black Panther's on everybody's list, so I'm gonna have to throw it on mine. I like Sorry to Bother You. Okay. So those are movies because I gotta leave room for shows. For TV shows, 3% on Netflix.
Okay. I've seen the previews, but I haven't watched it yet.
Oh yeah. I don't know why my camera's blurry, but
there you go.
Yeah. So I did a mix of reading the subtitles and then watching it dubbed in English. The English dubbing is kind of weird. You're like, you're not supposed to sound like that. But in any case, like the storyline is brilliant. I love the actors. Like, so I was really here for the 3%. And because it's a Brazilian show, like it was just like very, it was very authentically, ethnically diverse. And wait, so I don't know. Brie was like, "Oh wait, it's about dream magic." Oh, because she must have went to Amazon. I was like, "Where you been all this time?" But yeah, so yes, Brie, it's about dream magic. But
it's more kind of. Oh, I don't want to say because it's gonna spoil it. You just gotta watch it. If I say anything,
yeah, just leave it. Yes. The answer is yes. It's about dream magic. Listen, the power of dreams, the regulation of dreams. I mean, when I was reading it, right. We'll go back to the other stuff, but when I was reading like the God of Dreams, it was like what you were doing in the film with dreams, and you may hate this comparison, Janelle Monáe was doing in Dirty Computer and her book with memory, right? So
Yeah.
you have a totalitarian government trying to make everybody homogeneous to build this like quote unquote utopian society, and then taking the memories of people who like did not.
Jesus, remember, see, we all on this kind of wavelength. That is so cool. Like everybody's on this wavelength. Like that is super, super dope. I feel like I'm tapping into something, you know what I'm saying? That's dope. Okay, I'm at the check. I love you. The first, when she first came out, she had the city. Oh my God, I was in love with her.
We're all in love with Janelle Monáe. But, and I think, and it makes, like, yes, we're all on that wavelength, but science fiction and fantasy is really the space where people who are othered get to explore what are the systems that other us, right? What are the systems that make us feel marginalized and like outcast? And how do we question that, right? So, yeah, that's what I think anyway.
I love this. I love this show.
So, yeah. And I mean, like, and that's why I liked, that's what I liked about 3%. It's like, you have like, they had this whole caste system where most of the people were like kind of starving on the mainland. And then you have something similar in Snowpiercer. Once you get over the whole fact that the whole world is freezed over and the only way to survive is on this 1,000-car long train that never stops, you're like, what? What do you like? Suspend disbelief about that whole thing.
You got to buy the setup, right? Like as far as
right.
Okay, government bans you. I was talking to my aunties, they was like, they can't do that. Like,
right. Like, oh wait, what? Okay. But like once you like stop trying to fight on that, then you're like, oh, okay, this makes sense. So Bree says they're totally here for dream science. So they're really excited about God of Dreams.
Jessie was one of our actresses on the movie. She did like amazing.
Yeah. And then so
what's up, Kennedy? Oh, sorry, I'm just people always.
Sorry, because now I missed some comments. So Kashawn says, favorite God of Dreams character? That's a great question. Y'all should be out here. Who's your favorite God of Dreams character?
I never thought of that.
And also, if you can't pick a favorite, like you like they all, that's totally fine.
I feel like as a writer or creator, like everything you create has got bits of you in it. Like it's got every character has like a piece of me in that character. It's just kind of broken up to like that person takes the majority of that trait. You know what I mean? Like Jesse, who's on here. Look at Keyshawn. He's in the movie. He played Profit Major. To my pressure on. In the movie, I don't know how many Andre 3000 fans we got on there, but Keyshawn's character, Profit Major, I'm a huge Andre 3000 fan. So him and Big Boy, like, to me, was like always in the back of my mind when I was growing. I guess it was like super personal. So all the pressure. Now look, we're not talking about y'all acting experience. We talking about the characters themselves, okay? They're trying to take this personal. I know what y'all trying to do. That's a good question. As far as my favorite or the ones, it's like all of them. Like Amani's, like in the movie, it's a character named Amani. Her strength, I like, or her growing into her strength. Like she's kind of had to take over the movement and find something in herself to keep going. I respond to that as far as just being a dreamer and wanting to continue, my dreams. I want to, so that is a very, very, very close, I guess, trait or whatnot. But Kit, one of her counterparts in the film or whatever, they kind of like team up in the middle of the film. She discovers that the world is not what she thought it was initially. She's been told not reality, or she's been fed a perspective that she has to come to grips with. Like, do I really believe this? Even though this is the narrative in my home, or this is the narrative that I've been raised on or been taught to think this is right or wrong, do I personally believe this? Is this something that I can get behind with my heart as an individual? And she kind of sets out on her own journey. So I'm very much, it's like each one of them kind of like have bits of me in it. You know what I mean? Like they all kind of like have personal pieces in it. Prophet Major's character is just all about like being in his zone and just being there, just showing up for everybody. He don't have no beef for nobody. He's just showing up for everybody. Like whatever is the situation or problem, like I'm here to like help us get through it. Like I'm here, you know. So he's kind of like, I would say maybe like the spiritual backbone of everybody. So it's like, you know, like it's just tough. I would say Ann Nesby, who I don't know if we have any Ann Nesby fans in here, but she did an amazing job. She made a featured cameo in it as Grandma May. Her scene is like really, it made me kind of like, you know, somebody saw you kind of get your hair stand up on your back of your head. She did an amazing job. But really, everybody did good. You know, we had actors and first timers, and everybody just came on and did their thing. But I can't say I have a personal favorite. I can't say that because each one of them have bits and pieces of me, and that I enjoy or I like. You know.
So
that was a weak answer, I know, but that's just
no, that's fine. I mean, I know my favorite character is probably Amani. I haven't even watched it. I'm like, I gotta be the character. It's probably Amani, and the one that reminds us of Andre 3000 because I'm here for that. For those of you who didn't know, like me, I had to Google Ann Nesby. Ann Nesby is an American R&B gospel dance music singer and actress. She was the former lead singer. Oh, I know, it sounds like blackness. And she's written songs for Patti LaBelle. And others. And so, yeah, so she makes a cameo. So that's awesome. Bree says using things that other us, quote unquote, to show us that we're all the same as humans. Agreed. One thing, I'm not quite sure how I'm going to start articulating this, but the one thing about science fiction is that since oftentimes it's written from the point of view of somebody that's othered, as individuals, it increases our sense of empathy. And that makes us better human beings, and that's literally saving the world. So,
that's so dope. Like,
yeah.
You have words.
Bree said she also loves 3 Stacks. Who doesn't love Andre 3000?
Right.
Maybe Miss Jackson, but everybody else loves Andre 3000.
When I was making the movie, I was listening to like ATLians like over and over, and Stankonia just like over and over and over and over and over again. But this is crazy. The crazy part was like a super confirmation moment was when we were shooting. One of our characters, Raj, he came in from Atlanta to play the justice marshal, the head of the police force. And he was like, you know, what's some of your inspiration point? I was like, well, I really was inspired by like Outkast, you know, so I listened to like Stankonia and ATLians. He was like, you kidding me? I was like, what? He was like, I played on that record. He's a drummer.
Oh, shut up! You're like, what are you right now? That is crazy. That is so crazy. That is so dope.
That's crazy. I was like, wow. Like, that was like,
I know, right?
Yeah, that was crazy. That was like, I was like, oh, whoa.
That is so crazy. Oh, that's so cool.
And to him, right, like while I was writing this character. That's crazy.
Okay, yeah, we have a lot of time. So, okay, so that's your favorite character, kind of. What was your favorite moment in shooting? So not editing, which is a whole nother beast, but in the 12 days when you were shooting the film.
The 12 days, my favorite moment while we were shooting. I didn't even have time to think. Like we were like literally waking up every morning and like on it, like trying to make day. Favorite moment when I was shooting. It had to have been favorite moment when we were shooting. It was a couple moments that I wasn't there for one of these moments. I thought it was dope. One of our actors, Omar, had a birthday while in the middle of the shoot. And so everybody got together who weren't shooting. And because I was like cracking the whip trying to get us to the finish line. Everybody came to actually here to the academy. I got a nonprofit. We teach kids and stuff art, but they came here and they had the birthday cake and they had like a celebration. Super dope. Joe and David and I don't know if Jeremy got here yet, but that was super dope. I think the opposite question would be like, what moments terrified me?
Wait, yes, let's talk about that.
And not like when people see the movie, they think like, oh, like what was the budget or who was behind it? I'm like, what are y'all talking about? Like this is literally like us. Like it wasn't nobody else. It was a really tough shoot. We were shooting like in tornado season here in Huntsville, Alabama, which the weather, which again, that was all on me because I had this whole thing. I wanted this oppressive atmosphere. I want the clouds to be, and the only time to shoot that is in March here in Huntsville because it's like when the seasons change. So you get like a lot of storm, but the only thing bad about it is you get tornado warnings and watches and severe thunderstorms. Like you're not gonna get them clouds and not have nothing to go with it. So that I didn't think about. So we shooting and it's like tornadoes coming through and all this kind of crazy stuff. And it was madness. But we made it through. The weather would be like crazy. Like I remember the first couple of days it was like so cold. And the actors were like super professional, you know, and they didn't cave, which I super admired them for. And they hung in there and were super professional and hit their lines and put it together and got the scenes and stuff done. And then the next day it was like 80 degrees. It was just crazy, like just craziness. So, but I feel like a lot of that kind of like seeped into the movie. You kind of feel like this kind of press, like you just kind of feel it. And that's dope because that's what I wanted.
Yeah.
So yeah, that was really cool. But it was quite the experience. Like it was pretty cool.
So we know when we watch the film, the tornadoes in the background are real. That's not a special effect.
Yeah, no CG, no sky replacements. Like the skies you see in the movie, like that's for real. A tornado gonna come out of the funnel, like that's serious. Like seriously, like when you watch it, you gonna see the tornado funnel clouds. Like that's a real deal.
So I just want to. So for those of y'all who are just joining, we're talking with Jurian Isabelle, the filmmaker of God of Dreams, talking to us about the filmmaking process. God of Dreams, if you're interested, is available for streaming on Amazon Prime Video. You can rent or buy it. Yeah.
Shout out to Star. I mean to interrupt you, but shout out to Star. She Geeked in the Garden. They actually had music in the movie, and she right now. So like when y'all hearing it's a scene when they in the party, and I'm not gonna tell you what happened, but the song kick in, and it's just like one of those moments. It's just like, oh my god, like it's just you gotta watch it. But shout out to y'all for coming on board again. Like we ain't had no big budget, we ain't had no big old nobody with no bag throwing bags at us. Like they really came on for the strength, really believing in the project. So I really appreciate y'all. Like that really, really meant a lot. I was up against a lot getting this movie done. And people see that when you see a movie, you just see the end product and you see the hype and you see people talking about it. Like right now, like you give me the opportunity to share more about it, which I'm super grateful and thankful to you for. But that's just like the tip of the ice. Like it's just like ain't even the tip of
Right. It's like you ran a marathon and people at the finish line. You're like, I didn't run a whole marathon.
we had to clear somebody out. Chance had some groupies call.
Okay.
But yeah.
So, and then want to say hi to folks who are joining. Yes, the title is God of Dreams. And then Bree asked, what message do you hope viewers will will keep with them forever? So not just after watching the film, but forever.
I think I really want people to. It's really a movie about deciding for yourself as an individual, not looking at anybody else, not looking at what's around you, not looking at your circumstance, not looking at what you have and what you don't have, which this movie is testament of, and just staying prayed up, you know what I'm saying, and guided to do what's in your heart, like whatever that is. Like when we say follow your dreams in the movie, it's talked about like I feel like metaphorically and physically, but that's really what I feel like it's about. It's about like it's a lot of like I said, political undertones in it, but I feel like the heart of it is really more so about how we are connected and we don't even know it. Like it really explores that kind of. I'm gonna share the story real quick with y'all because I know it's ready to go, but I gotta share it. So, I told y'all before I'm a spiritual person. So this is like maybe a little bit before COVID hit. I was asleep one Sunday before. I go to church in this really small town called Greeley, Alabama, like 15 minutes from Huntsville. Real small church, like super, super small. Like if you went and you go like big church stuff, you say our church dead. Like that's small. So I remember one day before this particular Sunday, I went to sleep and I had this dream. I was at the church. Again, I told you I'm like a dreamer, so I'll be having dreams of prophetic dreams stuff. I was at the church and I looked at the church and the church was there. And something got my attention. I look away and I look back and the walls of the church was gone. There was no steeple. There was no furniture. There was no bricks. Only thing left was like foundation of where the rocks and where the foundation, where the church was. The walls were gone.
Oh, wow.
That's strange, you know. And I look around again and I look back and the church is there again. The walls are there again. I thought to myself, I wonder what that means. So I go to church that Sunday. Mr. Okoye is this guy from Nigeria. He goes to our church. He's a dreamer too. He has dreams, prophetic dreams and stuff too. So we go back and forth and talk about stuff. And he came up to me. I was in the choir stand. Now I can't sing. I can't save no souls by holding a note. So I was in the choir stand holding a note. And he walked up to me and he said, I need to talk to you after church. And I thought to myself, oh my God, like what does this mean? What kind of dream he had? Like I was terrified. So he came up to me after church and he said, I had a dream. He said, we were out here at the church. He said, and the walls of the church was gone.
Oh, wow.
And he said, I looked at you and he said, you were surrounded by youth. Now, I didn't see the youth. We were in the same dream, which if you watch the movie, you'll see, you know what I'm saying, what inspired some scenes in the movie. I didn't see him in the dream and I didn't see the youth in the dream. I just saw but he was looking at me in the dream. We was having the same dream. And he said, you were surrounded by youth. And he said, and then the walls of the church were there again. And I thought, oh my God, that impacted me. So now, mind you, at this time in the church, we have no youth. We have no kids. Everybody's talking about the population of the town is shrinking. So you got this little church, you know, on this island of everybody leaving over there saying, what are we still here for? We just close the church down or whatever. Of course, I didn't want to do that, but you know, that's what the talk was. A week later, youth start coming from everywhere. We had 20 to 30 kids busting in, not from Gurley, but from Huntsville into the church. So, and guess who was the Sunday school teacher? Me. I was surrounded by the youth, just like in the dream. Stuff like God is working on an unimaginable level. Like we can't even fathom our little puny. We be trying to like come up with like little jokes and like little stuff. Like it's so far beyond us. Like I feel like we get glimpses of it. But if you want to say God, universe, or what have you, but it's so vast. It's so big, much bigger than what we can imagine. You know what I mean? Like, and I said, cinematically, that's what I want to explore. Like, that's what I want to show. You're not gonna get that in Hollywood. They're not gonna make a movie like that. They just not going to. They're gonna look and say, who want to watch this? Well, somebody might want to. You don't make it. We don't know who want to watch it. So it's like, I was like, that's what I want to explore cinematically. Those type of moments, and everybody got those moments in their lives. Like, that's just mine. Like I'm sure if you go through here, everybody's had those moments where it's like something unbelievable happened, or something just like took you out of here just because it's like, oh my God, like it was just like that wow moment. You know what I mean? I was like, that's what I want to make. You know what I mean? So that's kind of like the birth of what initially became what the movie was, like the initial spark, I guess. So I hope that y'all got something from that story, because that's all facts, no cap. With no cap.
No, and I believe it. That and I'm glad you shared that story, because it's powerful that y'all were literally in the same dream, right? So that is the universe speaking. So the next Tam Rams. Wow, that's so cool. I had those shared dreams experience with my mom, and she grew up in Barbados. I barely remember my dreams. I've never had a shared dream, so I'm like, I get to live vicariously through y'all. I think that's the coolest thing.
Yet you haven't had one yet. Never say that.
So it's coming. So I can't wait for my shared dream experience. Tell us what you're working on next.
Something super, super, super dope. All my sci-fi fantasy fans, I got a super, super dope movie I'm working on. Like I just got to find the funding for it. So I got to go start watching Cars now, and I might have it done in 2 years.
You know what?
In the meantime, I got to pay my bill. But like this movie, like y'all gonna love it. It's like taking kind of like where we were with this, but like it's diving more on the fantasy end of it. And I guess like you say fantasy sci-fi end of it. And it's just the movies we grew up on, like childhood movies that kind of stick close to us. I wanted to make something like that. So like when the next generation coming up, something they can look at and be like, wow, like, and just stick with them. You know what I'm saying? And in them tough moments, or those moments where they just need that joke back to their innocence, they can think on that movie. So that's what the next movie is going to be about. And I'm super, super, super excited about it. So right now I'm doing like some great casting because it's going to take a while really to get the exact characters that I need, just because of the ages and the different things that are needed. But we're off to a pretty good start. And I'm super, super excited.
If you need an ebony skin bookseller, I got you. But
I might write something in for you.
I will be on the next flight to Huntsville.
We'll pay your food. You can ask all the kids out here. We good people. We're gonna take care of your food, your travel, and we're gonna give you a little, you know what I'm saying? We do good business now. Like we ain't on no Tyler Perry scale, but we do what we can.
I'm here for it. Okay, so we have 4 minutes. This is the time where I'm asked this or that questions. Okay. I kind of make them up or repeat them. So, yeah. And if there's something, if y'all have a this or that question, feel free to drop it in the chat. And if you're watching, you can also put your answers in the chat. So first, this or that, since you talked about Andre 3000, Janelle Monáe or Erykah Badu?
Ooh, because Erica's another one. She inspired Armani in this movie. So that's a tough one. Ooh, why you do that to me? I would have to say Erica because I'm sorry, she came on the game and like she did what I'm trying to do with film. She just basically like this is what it is, like bringing a whole clean slate of like and starting a whole direction of like neo soul. Her and D'Angelo like started the whole like everything. So
facts.
Like I had to give it to her. Even though I love Janelle and she do her thing and she, you know what I'm saying, she jig and she do what she, you know what I'm saying, but Erykah, that's the GOAT. Like inspiration wise and like the movements that she's done, I gotta say Erykah. I'm sorry.
So Lockstar agrees with you with Erykah Badu. Nadine said Janelle Monáe, and I am going to pass. So I'm here for it. So the next one, Black Lightning or Luke Cage?
Ooh, that's another tough one. I'm gonna have to go with Black Lightning only because one of the actresses is in our movie. So
what? I'm totally team Black Lightning. No. So Black Lightning.
Star Wars and Star Trek, that was a good one. So it's
yeah, I was like, I see a lot of good ones. So we're gonna go with crunchy or smooth peanut butter. I've never asked that question.
I can't have either. I'm allergic to peanut butter.
Oh, no peanut butter. Okay. So is Isabelle Nintendo or Sega?
Whoever did that was a good one. I gotta go with Sega because my favorite game of all time is Streets of Rage 2. Oh my god, I still play that now. What do you mean? You gotta hook up with that. I had to bring the other kids up like, y'all got to get y'all history. Like, I had to say
so I mean, like, y'all invested in all the cards now. I actually don't play video games. Don't tell nobody. Bree asked.
When you get your roller, come down here, you go play Streets of Rage just right there hooked up in the bed.
Yeah, like, because I'm like, what is going on? Okay, Bree asked, Star Wars or Star Trek?
That's a tough one. My mom's actually a Star Trek fan and my dad's a Star Wars fan. So you can imagine growing up like what that was like. I would have to say, I don't know, that's a tough one. Because Star Trek, they all about, you know what I'm saying, the social, especially the series, all about kind of like with the movie, like the whole social, political, without saying it type of thing. That's a tough one, y'all. I'm going to have to pass on that one. That's a tough. I can't say either.
I mean, for me, it's Star Trek all day. It's like no question, like especially after Star Trek Discovery. And she finally in the captain chair.
I'll have to say Star Trek too. I'm a huge Star Wars fan too, but Star Trek, it's more, you know, thought provoking, I guess.
Okay. And then we have some answers for the Luke Cage Black Lightning. Josh says Luke Cage. I'm throwing you a little bit of side eye, but you can't see it through my glasses. Lockstar says Black Lightning. Nadine says Black Lightning. Great taste. Bree has another question. Marvel or DC? Wow.
I gotta go with Marvel. I mean, I love DC. Batman, like a Batman Returns, is one of my favorite movies of all time. But Marvel with X-Men, like they came on the scene and they did it right. Like I remember coming out and Fox was doing it, my stomach was just like, I'm like, this ain't it. And I'm sure like everybody growing up was thinking the same thing. Like we dealt with it because it was out. And we was like, okay, at least we got us our X-Men movie. But when Marvel came on the scene, they was like, this is how you supposed to do a superhero movie. They just changed the whole game. And DC still trying to catch up. I love DC. They rule TV. But when it comes to the movies, need a little help. I ain't gonna sit up and I ain't gonna count.
Just a little bit. Tam Rams also says Luke Cage. Josh says Nintendo. Okay, somebody asked this question, and I'm gonna ask you this question because it's in the comments. But I know there's only one answer to this question: sugar and grits or butter and salt.
See, I'm from the South, so we actually using all of it. I'm from Alabama. Y'all gotta understand. Like, we put it all in there. Like, it ain't no either or. Like, we put the sugar there and we put the butter, the salt, and the pepper. Like, what do you mean? Like, no.
That's hilarious. That's hilarious. Okay. So a lot of people agree with you with Marvel. Lockstar says sugar and the grits.
Somebody said, you better not put no sugar in there, Johnson. You got to cover the South. We put sugar in everything. We put it in tea. We put it in water. We put it in lemonade.
I grew up in Houston. And I remember the one thing I took there, I was like, oh, people like, what do you want on your fries? And I was like, honey. And they're like, oh, that's definitely a Southern thing. So I'm here for it. I had another, wait, where'd the question go? Oh, yes, that's the truth. So I'm actually first generation.
Mm-hmm.
My parents are from Ghana. So I'm giving you this hint because the next question to help you have the right answer. This is very important.
Okay.
Right. Okay. So Ghana jollof rice or Nigeria jollof rice?
What? I already right there, you were like, you better get it right.
You better get it right.
What's that about? You said, now which what were they again?
Ghana jollof rice or Nigerian jollof rice?
I'm about to say Nigerian.
Bro, I just told you my parents are from Ghana.
I'm sorry. I know way too many Nigerian people. They're going to say, when they watch the TV, they're going to say, what did be this, huh? What did they happen?
Well, Lockstar got it right. With Ghana Rockstar.
Yeah, I can't. They won't talk to me. I got to go with now. I had either one of them, so I'm gonna have to try both of them. But
I mean, you can tell your Nigerian friends that. Be like, you ain't made me Nigerian jollof rice. I don't know. Like she asked.
How you expect me to say it? True. That's true.
But yeah, okay. Thank you. So this is fun, Jurian. I really appreciate you. I'm gonna watch the movie this weekend.
You got
yeah, I'm excited. Thank you for playing this or that. Thank you for everybody on the chat for playing.
No. Let me go, Carl.
I was like, is that
there I go.
Okay. Thank you for Bree. Thank you, everybody. Thank you for being so interactive, particularly Bree. Thank you for the additional questions because now I can like expand for rotation. But yeah, this is awesome. Cool,
Thank
cool,
y'all
cool.
who tuned in. That came from the home team. Appreciate y'all for checking it out, and appreciate my nephew Chaz for saving the interview. I don't know what the devil tried it. I don't know what was going on with my phone. That was crazy.
My phone is really interesting. So, Chaz, thank you. We appreciate you because this would have been a very interesting hour.
What's up? Are you about the whole team in here? What up, KUT? She said thank you.
Oh, you're welcome.
Cool.
But thank you for having me. It's super dope.
Of course, it was my pleasure. I'm glad we connected because sometimes like the DMs, I'm just like, I don't know. But I really, really enjoyed myself because I was like, we're not talking about books. I don't understand. But this was a lot of fun. So thank you for
like you're so dope. You can talk about anything. You can talk about some cookies and people gonna be what cookies. So.
Thank you for saying that. That's not true, but thank you for saying that.
So, okay. We will talk soon. All right. Bye.
Oh yeah, make sure y'all check out the movie, Amazon Prime.
Bet.
God of Dreams. Appreciate y'all.